Alright, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back into another video. Today we got Saati, the trick shotter. And trick shot? I don't even know what her title is. Something like that. She's a damage champion, by the way, in case you're wondering. Now, most of you will just come in here and read some of these things and you're probably wondering, like, what? So, I want to try to cover as much as information as possible. I do apologize if there's some weird thing going on with my cat. This is a new PC, so I still have a lot of settings to put up and new updates and etc. So some of the things may not still be working to its full potential. But now, let's get right into it. She's basically damaged. She has a revolver, a hand cannon, whatever you want to call it, and every shot does 525 damage. It has 7 bullets initially, but you can increase it through cards, and it's fully affected up to 60 units. So she's almost sort of like a Androxus sort of style, if you want to call that. She then also has a coin that you can toss into the air, and if you shoot it whilst it's still in the air, it will stop right there. And every time you shoot it now, it will bounce the shot you made into the coin, and it will deal 250 damage to the nearest enemy within 65 units. If nobody's there, it's not going to hit anything. But in the end, the 4th shot will destroy it, and it will make an explosion. And around her, it will deal 550 damage. By her, I mean the coin. Okay, there you go. It's talking about here 2 pips. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking, wait, it consumes pips? What? No, pips are not going to die. This is actually the name for this little thing here. You see these little stars, these little triangles in there? Basically, this is her passive. Slowly, without having to do absolutely anything, these triangles will start filling up. Every time you use an ability, whether there's her Q or F or her right click, it will basically consume pips. Her Q and her F will consume 4. Her right click, or coin, basically, will consume 2. Now, I asked how many coins you can have in the middle of the air at the same time. Apparently, you can have multiple, but I just don't know if it's like 2, 3, 4. I don't know the amount. Unfortunately, I forgot to ask. But they have confirmed to me that, for example, if you want to do 2 Fs, 2 jumps of her movement ability, you can actually do that. All right. So as long as you have 8 pips, 8 triangles, okay? There's not, at least that I have noticed, any card that will allow you to have pips faster. No talent, no, or anything. This is basically just, you just have to manage it properly. With this, it means that she has no cooldowns whatsoever, and as such, you don't need to buy Chronos with this champion. She's basically like a damage sort of Androxus, but with almost the same thing that Koga has. That doesn't have, doesn't have cooldowns. It has an energy that you have to sort of like, manage, etc. Okay, so here I'm gonna take away the sound for now, and we're gonna put this here to play. They're basically gonna make her shoot here. I want you to see the shooting animation and how it feels. I can even put the sound here for a second as soon as you start shooting, just to make sure you guys can listen to it. We're just gonna go front here until he starts shooting. And don't take attention too much into the map. I'm gonna be doing a quick little review on the map for you guys to see. But there you go. Okay.
You're really gonna see an impact in those fights. 525 damage every half second.
So as you can see here, it's actually pretty cool and pretty easy to use. And with the management of their pips, you can actually run away in case you're in a bad spot. Again, the coin, which is a right click, it's actually going to be pretty simple to use in a certain way. You just have to have aim. Try to see here when they used it, but I'm not actually sure if they ended up using it too much. Let me see if they use it here. But basically, you toss the coin into the air, and it will basically stand there exactly where you shot it. It will stay freezed in the middle of the air, and you can bounce it from the coin until you hit a 4th shot. It will destroy the coin, and it'll do an explosion. All right, it will do damage to anyone in that area. I think it was actually around here that they ended up doing it, if I'm not mistaken. There it is. Okay, so you toss the coin into the air, shoot it, it stops there, and then from then on, it will just ricochet. It's not auto aim, okay? So there you go, and then explodes, okay? Which is pretty cool. I like it. I like the mechanic. You can have the coins. You can toss the coins for 2 pips, which means you can actually do maybe like toss 2 coins and then just do 2 coins, nothing. Sorry, you toss a coin and then you can do an extra jump back and then throw another coin in case it just, you just missed it, which is cool. Not having cooldowns and having to throw multiple coins because you missed the first one, it's actually gonna be pretty handy, trust me. I would know, this is gonna be really hard to hit. What I'm saying is that it's not going to be as easy as the Fire Spit Drogo's sort of combo. You can even make this Fire Spit bigger to be able to be easier to hit, basically. Okay, but after this, she has another ability, which is her little decoy. She places a little cardboard decoy. Okay, this is the ability. We'll come back to the movement ability here. But she has a little cardboard decoy, as you can see here, that she can just place, and it will give like 3 shots. Bam, bam, bang. And it'll do 150 damage each, and it will just be shooting straight forward. So wherever it comes up in the front, it'll take that damage. Here's the thing. Here's the funny thing that you probably didn't notice. As soon as she uses it, she remains invisible for 1.5 seconds. And there you go. You see her body is stealth. Yeah. So remember, her name starts with an S, as Saati. All champions starting with an S on their names actually have stealth, which this is really, I'm really happy about this, because a lot of people followed by Dynamite and they said that she wouldn't have any invisibility, any stealth. And guess what? You were wrong. So Dynamite doesn't actually always get it right. Congratulations, you effed up. All right, but either way, let's continue. Let's, by the way, there is a part that I just forgot to mention. I was about to move on to the next ability, but I have to mention this. If this decoy who was shooting hits, if somebody hits this decoy that is shooting, it will reveal them for 1 second. So shooting this decoy actually will end up revealing these people to Saati, which it may not be ideal, because then I'll be able to see you through walls and shoot you in the head. And if you destroy it, it will actually make you revealed for 3 seconds. So if this decoy is not actually harming anything or anybody, don't shoot it. All right? Just don't. If it's like standing maybe close to point and shooting people on point, just either dodge it or just don't shoot it at all. Because if you do, it's not going to be that cool for you. But okay. So, continuing on, let's go back into her movement ability, which is what I was talking about just earlier. So, if you use your movement ability, which will consume 4 pips, it will do damage initially of the jump. You do a backflip. You can't see it because it's first person, but it's a backflip according to the description. It's probably like dodge roll Cassie. And it will deal like little tick damage of fire over time. There is a talent, however, that will make people be knocked up into the air, straight up, right? And as long as they're in the air or something like that, you'll be able to deal extra damage to these people. This is the talent itself. The other talent is one where the little decoys will actually become explosives. If somebody gets close, they will blow up. Okay? So there you go. And the final one, I think it is... not actually sure. We'll get back to that. Doesn't matter. But there you go. Those are basically her abilities. The decoys will consume 4. You see the decoys are shooting. They can still do some damage. Not too crazy, but they can still do damage, as you see there. They're not out of aim. They'll just shoot straight forward. And they'll consume 4 pips every decoy, 2 pips every coin, and 4 every jump. So there you go. She has multiple different ways to deal damage, which is pretty nice. Some trick shots and everything. Stealth, reveals, which is fantastic. Now let's go into her ultimate. Her ultimate is actually like a goddamn mini old Genos, but it's actually a projectile instead of being an instant thing. You shoot 3 bullets that will pierce through the world and people and deal 777 damage, exactly. So you have 3 of these bullets. You can just shoot through the walls, as you can see right here. They're gonna do that right now. And it's a projectile that will travel, so you can try to dodge it, I guess. So it's nothing too complicated, and it's actually pretty cool. I'd say that she's sort of like a hybrid between Andro and a couple of other champions. But even so, it's actually very exciting. I'm actually really eager to play with this champion on PDS. So let me know what you guys think about this champion so far. Let's take a look a little bit as to her talents. We don't need to show anything else, I think, because even if they show the skins in front, they're just going to show the splash arts, unfortunately. This is the recolor that will be on the season pass, if I'm not mistaken, which she loses her jacket. This one is the one you can get by having, buying with coins or with crystals, or if you have the season pass, you'll get this for free as well, which looks pretty cool. Has a little stripes pattern. And then finally you got the golden skin, which I don't think there's like a lot of justice here, because I don't see any like sort of, what's it called, like a little rainbow thing, and I'm guessing these little triangles are gonna do that, because this reminds me of when you lower the settings on paladins, it just becomes like this white thing, which is weird, instead of the rainbow like the dagger from Corvus. So I think that's not actually gonna happen, but we'll see. All right, again, 2,200 damage base HP. She has a normal just revolver or whatever you want to call it, magnum hand cannon, a coin that if you shoot it, it will stop in place, and then you can basically auto aim in a certain way, but ricochet 250 per shot. The fourth shot will make it blow up and deal 550 in an area of damage. A little jump that it will allow you to jump back 45 units. They will deal 250 damage to the enemies immediately in the range of the jump, and then over time they'll be burned for 2 seconds. All right, and it will consume 4 pips. The coin will consume 2 pips. The decoy, dead ringer or whatever it's called, it will do 3 shots of 150 damage every set of fires, and it will shoot in a straight line. It does have time. It will only stay there for an X amount of time. I don't think they said it here. And it will make it invisible for 1.5 seconds as soon as you deploy it. So you can actually do 2 times and be invisible for 3 seconds. And then it'll also have 1,500 HP. If people shoot it, it will be revealed for 1 second. If people destroy it, they'll be revealed for 3 seconds. For Saati, the ultimate 3 shots that pierce through the world and everybody, 777 damage. The talents, again, the first one, they will make the decoy basically a explosion. And also they'll only cost 3 pips instead of 4. So you'll be able to use like 2 really fast, and if you wait just a little bit, you'll be able to use another one really fast as well. It'll explode, dealing 500 damage to enemies who are close. 500 damage, that's pretty good. The level 2 talent will basically knock people straight up into the air, and for, it's 1.5 seconds, not while they're in the air, but for 1.5 seconds, you'll be able to deal 20% more damage to the people that got knocked back up. That's cool. So the level 8 talent, ricochet shots deal 200 more damage to shields, reveal enemies for 1 second, and heal Saati for 125 health. So this will be good to, when there's a lot of shields on the enemy team and, you sort of want that a little extra HP and the reveals. It all comes together. It's pretty good. As for cards, there's nothing too crazy. Ultimate charge, you can increase it with a card. Your speed after getting kills or assists, increase max HP, increase your max ammo. Then for the other 4 cards, you can increase the projectile speed of ricochet. So when you shoot the coin, it'll be faster. You'll hit people faster, basically. That's what I'm saying. Increase the time that ricochet is out and when deployed. So if you don't shoot the coin, it won't stay there forever, okay? With this card, you can make it last a little bit longer. As for this card, it will generate ult charge when hitting your coin. You can go all the way to 5%. So I'm just gonna say straight up, this card is gonna be busted. You're gonna get ultimates really fast if you have this at 5 points. You can also reduce a damage taken for 2.5 seconds after ricochet is destroyed. So you're the only one who can shoot the coin, by the way, I think, if I'm not mistaken. As for this, deploying the little decoy, you'll be able to increase the invisibility you have after deploy it up to 1 second at max, so you'll be 2.5 seconds invisible. And you can decrease the time between bursts of the dead ringer so it shoots faster. Increase the health of the decoy as well. You can increase the duration of it as well. You can increase the duration of the reveal all the way to 2.5 seconds of whoever destroys it. It will not just be 3 seconds, you can go all the way to 5.5 seconds. All right, and finally, you can increase your movement speed after using your jump. You can go all the way to 30%, which is pretty good. You can generate ammo after hitting people with the jump. You can reduce damage taken after using the jump for 1.5 seconds. You can go all the way to 15% damage reduction. And you can increase the knockback range that you push people away with this jump. the back jump, or blast back, whatever you want to call it. Again, this skin will be on the season pass. This skin will be purchasable, or if you have the season pass, will be free. And this one will be when you reach level 50. And no, you do not have to buy it. It will just be straight away given to you as soon as you reach level 50. Then she has this default MVP pose. She has this other MVP pose. She has this default emote where she basically does the same flourish sort of almost emote as Androx's. And this one here, heads or tails, where she throws a coin, goes into the floor, and then she waves basically back at you. So yeah, that's pretty much it. No extra skins. I'm guessing maybe next patch we'll get a skin for her, but I'm gonna say there's the Deminate Sky skin that was actually out, and I'm gonna talk about those on the next video, and she would totally rock that skin. I 100%. I would just say I would give her this skin instead of Sky even. All right, but that's pretty much it. Tell me what you think down in the comments below about this champion. Do you think she's overpowered? Do you think she's weak? Do you think she's simple, complicated? What do you think that she is? All right. Do you think you're going to main her? Tell me what you would like to see instead of the abilities she has and talents and cards. Would you actually want to see maybe a different talent, different ability, or maybe some extra little buffs to her? Maybe you think she's weak, okay? And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video. Until then, I'll be reading all your comments and waiting for more comments to come. Until then, have a wonderful time, stay safe, and have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.